I stood there under those harsh rooftop lights, heart hammering like a trapped animal, and whispered the words that changed everything. I just paid $1,800 for a family that's been bleeding me dry for years, and tonight, I finally stopped the bleeding. My name is Alex, 32 years old, physical rehab therapist by day, helping broken bodies learn to stand again. By night, I was the family ATM with legs. Let me take you back. My world used to look normal on the outside. Long shifts at the clinic, patients gripping my arms as they took their first steps post-surgery. The smell of antiseptic, the quiet victories when someone walked without pain for the first time in months. I love that work. It gave me purpose. But every evening I'd drive home to an apartment that stopped feeling like mine the moment my younger sister, Lena, and her husband, Marcus, temporarily moved in. 4 years ago. 4 years. It started with Mom's voice on the phone, soft and pleading. They just need a few months, sweetheart. You have that extra room. You're single. No kids. You're barely even there with those long hours. Be the brother I know you are. I caved. Of course I did. I always did. They took the master bedroom. Their dog claimed my couch. Utilities shifted to my name. Groceries mysteriously appeared on my card. Marcus lost job after job, sales gigs, crypto schemes, whatever sparkled that month, while Lena worked part-time and complained about my mess in what used to be my kitchen. I told myself it was temporary. Family helps family, right? But small things started to itch under my skin. The way Marcus would smirk when I came home exhausted and say, "Rough day, fixing people? Must be nice having a real skill." The way Lena would laugh on speakerphone with Mom. Alex is basically our built-in landlord with magic hands. Thank God he doesn't have a wife draining his wallet. I overheard that one night from the hallway. Stood there frozen, chest tight, as they joked about how convenient it was that I had no real responsibilities. That was the first crack. Then came the car loan attempt. Marcus accidentally using my contact info because your credit's better, bro. The bank called to verify. I almost became collateral without knowing. The fight that followed? Tears, hugs, promises it would never happen again. Nothing changed. Fast forward to Dad's birthday. A fancy rooftop restaurant, city lights glittering like they were mocking me. 14 of us. Steaks at $80 a pop. One I didn't order. A birthday tower that cost more than my weekly groceries. Dad slid the bill across the table like it was nothing. You're covering everyone tonight. You make more money. Marcus leaned in, breath hot with liquor. Finally useful for something. Laughter rippled around the table. Something inside me went deathly quiet. I paid. I always paid. But as the waiter walked away with my card, I felt the last frayed rope snap. I stood up slowly, glass in hand, voice steady, though my pulse roared in my ears. "Happy birthday, Dad. Hope you enjoyed it." They smiled, relieved. Then I looked straight at Lena and Marcus. "And just so everyone knows this is the last time, I'm selling the apartment. Moving out. You two need to find somewhere else." 30 days. The table froze. Forks hovered midair. Lena's face drained of color. "You're what?" Marcus forced a laugh. "Don't be dramatic, man." I wasn't dramatic. I was done. I laid it all out, calm, cold, cinematic. The 4 years of temporary. The vet bills. The daycare late fees. The mortgage help for Mom and Dad during tough times. Almost 10 grand, not counting tonight. The on-call fixer jokes. The "you don't have kids, so your money is community property" comments. Every word landed like a slap. Mom tried the guilt card in the parking lot. "You're humiliating us." Where are they supposed to go? The kids. I looked her in the eye. They have 2 incomes. And 4 years of free rent. They'll figure it out. I'm not making them homeless. I'm making them responsible. The group chat exploded that night. Accusations. Tears. "You ruined Dad's birthday." Selfish. One cousin quietly texted, "Proud of you." I slept like a man who'd finally exhaled after drowning. The next weeks were war. Slamming doors. Passive-aggressive messes. Daily calls cycling through guilt, anger, bargaining. My niece asked through tears if they were moving because she was bad. That one nearly broke me. But I held the line. The decision is made. The apartment sold fast, over asking in 2 weeks. When I handed Lena and Marcus the closing date, Marcus looked smaller somehow. Lena just stared at the floor and whispered, "I never thought you'd actually do it. Here's the twist that still keeps me up some nights." The day before closing, I found a folder in the master bedroom drawer while helping move their stuff. Bank statements, credit cards, my name forged on a couple of old applications I'd never seen, small loans taken out in my name years ago, payments quietly covered by me through the shared accounts they'd slowly taken over. They hadn't just been living off me. They'd been quietly stealing my future, one signature at a time. I stood there in that empty bedroom, sunlight cutting across the carpet like a knife, and realized the family I'd been killing myself for had been planning my financial grave while calling me their hero. I didn't scream. I didn't confront. I just closed the folder, walked out, and signed the papers the next day. Now the apartment is gone. My debts are clearing. I'm looking at a small studio space for my own rehab practice, something that's finally, truly mine. But some nights I still hear Marcus's whisper, finally useful for something. And I wonder, if the people who are supposed to love you the most treat your success like their personal safety net and your boundaries like betrayal, would you have the strength to burn it all down and walk away? If it were you, would you forgive them? Or would you finally choose yourself? Drop your thoughts below. I read every comment. This one hurt to tell, but maybe it helps someone else stop the bleeding before it's too late.